types of people that you should be avoiding at any cost, bro. Too easy. Let's go. Also, let me know down below in the comments if you think that I missed anything, but let's go. All right, number one off the rip, it has to be the people that have a lack of ambition. Now, the reason why I say avoid people that have a lack of ambition is because so it happened to me about like last week. I was just talking to them, and I don't know, it's just something about talking to people with no ambition. Like, they're just so like bland. Like, they're just kind of satisfied with the way that their life is and don't want to like chase something more. Like, they're not hungry for anything more. They're just kind of like satisfied. Now, there is nothing wrong with being satisfied with your life. It's actually a good thing, but it's also a problem because like you don't want to like step outside the boundaries of your life. Like, you don't want to become a millionaire. You don't want to get rich. You don't want to like just give a stranger $10,000 randomly someday. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go travel the world. You don't want to go explore. You don't want to actually do all of these things. You're just comfortable with where you're at right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like, when it comes to people that have a lack of ambition, like, you know, it's cool, but at the same time, like, nah, bro. And it's because also, like, because they don't really have an ambition to do something great or become somebody great. It's like, I don't know, just like kind of talking to them is just like boring, and it just kind of dimming your light in a sense, because it's like, man, I'm over here trying to do some great shit. I'm trying to do and become somebody big and great one day. Like, let's just say, for example, right? And you're just like over here just, you know, being bland about it, just like, oh yeah, I'm cool with my life. You know, I work at this little job, it's cool. Like, I just got a little apartment, it's cool. Like, I don't know, bro. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's just like people that have no ambition are just like boring. Like, that's just the best way I can describe it. They're just boring. Like, being around them for too long can like dim your light, and it's like, it's nothing that has to do with them, but it's just like, I don't know, like talking to them is not entertaining because they're just like, I don't know, they're just kind of like satisfied with how their life is. So, but yeah, number two has got to be the individuals that are always trying to look at things from a negative perspective. Now, the problem with these individuals is they don't necessarily understand or realize that there is literally good in everything. I'm talking about everything. Even the person that you hate the most, somebody sees the good in them, right? So they don't really understand this. And honestly, and because they don't understand this, they're just like a bunch of mood killers because they're always trying to look at things, people, places, or experiences from a negative perspective because they don't realize or understand that there's good in everything, but they decide to only focus on the bad and the negative aspects of it. So you have to stay away from these people. The third is gonna have to be the individuals that set high expectations for others, but they can't even follow those high expectations that they set for others for themselves. Now, if you see this in somebody, you have to run away because of the fact that, bro, they are literally just forcing their undisciplined self onto other people. They are forcing other people to essentially do their very own bidding and their own work. And if you see this in anybody else, you just need to like slowly but surely distance yourself from them, telling them like, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta like chill out a bit. Because if they set high expectations for you and others around you, but they can't even follow those very same expectations for themselves, that just shows you that they're a big hypocrite and you need to leave, bro. Now, the fourth red flag has to be arguably the biggest red flag I've mentioned in this entire video, which is if this person is literally never satisfied. I mean, like, literally never satisfied. You could do anything in your power to try and satisfy them, and they will never be satisfied. Now, you may be thinking, like, the issue has been me the whole time, but that is not the case. If this person is literally never satisfied, the issue was never you to begin with. It's themselves. And the reason why I call this the biggest red flag is because when you're never satisfied with somebody or the way that they do something for you, it can actually like internally hurt yourself. Like, you know, there's people that, you know, literally like go out of like their way to do extreme things just to satisfy somebody because they're never satisfied with themselves. Like, this thing, like, if you meet somebody that is never satisfied, you like literally need to run and like leave them alone because, you know, they're gonna be going to extreme lengths just so that they can feel satisfied, bro. And you don't want to have to deal with that. Like, I'm gonna give you an example, right? So me personally, I kind of always used to be the person that would always be like, you know, kind of hard on myself when it came to trying to satisfy and please others. But then I kind of realized, like, sometime down in my journey, that it was never me to begin with. It was always them. Because once you start to see a repetitive pattern of they're like literally never satisfied, I mean like literally never, you kind of start to realize like, you know, the issue was never me to begin with. It was always them, and it always had to do with them. If you meet somebody like this in your life, bro, just know you need to leave, because these people will literally go to such lengths just to have themselves satisfied and pleased, and you don't want to have to deal with any of that. So if you meet somebody like this, you need to leave immediately. Or what I like to personally do is, if I notice that somebody is like one of my red flags, I kind of like slowly but surely like distance myself from you, like telling you, giving you social cues that, hey bro, like, you know, I don't really fuck with you like that. No disrespect, but you kind of just like a red flag, and I ain't trying to deal with none of that. All right, so I'm a have my peace, and you can have whatever you're having. But yeah, and honestly, I feel like slowly distancing yourself from somebody is a lot better than just flat out just ghosting them on off rip. I feel like that's a lot better, because you could just like avoid drama that way, and you won't have to deal with all of that nonsense, bro. So I feel like what we should start doing is just like, if you notice that somebody is a red flag, just like kind of like slowly distance yourself from them, telling them like, hey bro, you gotta chill out a bit. I don't really like fuck with all of that, you know what I'm saying? The fifth red flag has to be somebody that kind of like wants you to do a favor for them, but kind of makes you feel obligated into like making it seem as if it's an expectation that they expect from you. Listen bro, if you ask me to do a favor for you, but you kind of make me feel like obligated to do it, it was never a favor, bro. It was simply just a debt. Plus bro, like if they keep on asking you to do a favor and a favor and a favor and a favor for them, like they're really just trying to hide and cover up the fact that they want you to do their bidding for them. It's servitude and not an actual favor. And the sixth one being if they gaslight you. Now I'm pretty sure this is pretty self-explanatory and everybody knows this and understands this, but it's like in my personal like terms, like if they gaslight you, it's like, I don't know, like talking to somebody that's trying to gaslight you is like trying to talk to a brick wall, like dead ass, bro. Like it's like you're adding more fuel to the fire. And you know, in order to like, I like to have this analogy, like, you know, in order to calm down a fire, what do you need? Water. You do not need to be adding more fuel to the flame. That's why you need to avoid people that gaslight you, because what they're trying to do is they just simply like to add more fuel to the flame. That's really all it is, bro. And they will continue to get the fire hotter and hotter and more, and add more fuel and more and more, and get hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. And it's just like, it gets so hot to a point where it's just like, you can't really defend yourself from it, because you've been exposed to the fire so much where you can't really do anything about it, because you've exposed yourself too much to it. So you need to avoid these people at all costs. But these are all of my red flags. Well, not all. I think I missed a few, but I just can't think of them at the moment. But these are all, for the most part, these are all of my red flags. Let me know down below in the comments if you think that I missed any that you think that I should talk about. But yeah, y'all, so I'm gonna end the video off that. I hope y'all enjoyed, and that's King Wonders, and I'm out.